I just want my music to be completely free. I want everybody to be able to use it. Just share it, upload it, download it, whatever. Also change it, they can remix it. Just because I want people to have fun with my music. That's the main goal.
Great sound design, great songwriting. He just brings it all together. Everyone was just like, wow, who is this guy? Like, his production was just next level.
And now is like the most, for me, influential artist in the whole industry.
Music is the most ethereal thing I think humanity has ever created. And take away the music from an esports event, from a video game, from a movie or anywhere, it will just fall apart. It's like the emotional platform everything else is built on. My name's Christian Büttner, people call me TheFatRat, and I'm a composer, gaming music producer, and DJ. I started making music in 2001, and the next 10 years were a really hard time in the music industry. The record companies completely stopped signing songs, and there was no way to get your music out there without a record company because there was no YouTube, SoundCloud, all those things didn't exist, especially in the early 2000s. So I thought about what else I could do to make a living, but I had no idea because I always wanted to make music, and so I tried to force myself out of it, but it never worked. So I never had really an idea what else I could do. I always made music, and I always made a living from producing music. Even though it was a really tough living in the beginning, back then I had to ask my girlfriend for 20 bucks in the end of the month so I could buy some food. Before I started really focusing on my own artist stuff, I produced a lot of different things. I had an animated character in France that was 13 weeks #1 in 2010, but I also did Lupe Fiasco, the great American rap album Part 2, which was #1 on the hip-hop Billboard charts. I made K-pop, was in the Korean charts as well. But whatever tracks I released before, they never felt like they were really my tracks.
Melody, that's what TheFatRat does so well, is that he incorporates these very catchy melodies into his music, but combine them with instruments, electronics, beats. So it's a modern sound, but it still has kind of a retro feel, but in a very, very melodic way. And that's something that, a lot of people enjoy, especially in the gaming world, and that's what he nails so perfectly.
This one here? It's from Mario Paint, the mouse. And in Mario Paint you could not only paint, you could also make music. So it's basically my first ever digital audio workstation here. So many games that I played, I loved the music, especially because the melodies are so great, especially in the early days. They had so little stuff they could do with the 8-bit consoles, they really had to focus on the music. I just transcribed it on the piano because I like them so much. For example, Monkey Island and Super Mario World. I'm still playing this today.
He's got an amazing background in other types of music, and he really brought a lot of things together and into the dance music world that weren't being done.
Yeah, the response to Unity was just so much better than I expected. I expected it more to be polarizing people, so one half probably would like it as much as I do, and the other half would be like, wow, I don't know what to do with that. But overall the response was way better than I expected, and I mean the success, I had 6,000 YouTube subscribers at that time, and I just uploaded the video, and now it has, 160 million views. So I made music that I felt was right, and then I listened to it and I was like, oh, it sounds like gaming music. So it was on purpose, and more happened because it's so, I just grew up with it. So it's the music I grew up on, and it automatically translates into today's music that I make.
I was in a position where it was okay, I'm just gonna put out music. Man, I would like to make music for games at some point, but I didn't know how it would work or how I would get there. Sure. But then the community just picked me up by themselves. Like I said, the YouTubers and people, they just picked me up and brought me here.
I was a little annoyed by the music industry, also because I was doing some remixes before releasing my originals, and they were like region locked. So it was released in some countries, and then blogs started writing about it, but then people from other countries reached out to me and said, hey, where can I get the song? I was like, yeah, it's not available in your region. And I was so annoyed by that. So I thought, okay, this is not for me. I don't want even people have to pay for it. So if they want, they can pay. If they don't want to pay, it's okay. They can just share it.
He's made his music so easy to get a hold of. When a lot of people are able to use it, it's made his reach so much greater. And I think it's inspired a lot of other people. And that's why he's having the success that he's having.
It was crazy to see how many different people used the music. It went from like people making their own videos, like music videos, to my music, to alias, who's a huge first-person shooter. I think he does mostly Call of Duty and stuff like that. Counter-Strike, Dota.
The Dota community, especially Dota Butterfuck, he started using my music, and that had a huge influence on my popularity on YouTube because people just came hearing my songs in his video and they just came to my channel and subscribed and stuff. Yeah, it was amazing.
I don't even know how ESL discovered me. The request just came at some point from my manager because my name spread in the gaming community. But it was a point, like, I think in 2016 it started, where just so many game-related companies and everything, they started reaching out to me. When you're entering an arena with 15,000 people, you know, before it's just numbers, right? You see, oh, I have like 2 million views, 10 million views or whatever. And then when you step on stage, you realize what that means. And that's a great, great moment. Yeah, what was amazing when I played the ESL show was how many people sang along when I opened with a Warrior song. That shows you how popular it is.
There's that bit of hope in his music, and anyone who's in the competitive gaming space knows that we're all here competing to win, and TheFatRat really has that grandiose element to his music.
I think I'm more a video gamer than most other artists out there. I think because I just grew up so like on video games and I still play them a lot. So for me, it wasn't like something I added, it was more something I really came from. So that's why it's a real connection that I feel to this community. It's really important for me to stay close to the fan base. I meet with my community on Discord every Friday. We're talking for about an hour. Most of the best ideas I ever had, they actually came from the fans. So it's really important for me to basically use the swarm intelligence of my fan base.
He has grown from within the community itself, and he brings that into his music, so that's why gamers love it, because he knows and understands the gaming community.
Back then, gaming was an escape from reality. Today, gaming is more entertainment. It's not so much escape from reality anymore. It's just relaxing. Just getting my head out of music for an hour per day. If I would have known as a teenager where this would get me at some point, I would have had fantastic arguments for my mom to spend more time playing video games and spend more time making music. Which, by the way, doesn't mean I would tell every kid to play video games instead of school, but really follow your heart, follow your true inspiration instead of letting everybody else tell you what you should do.